Have you ever wanted to build your own AI chatbot, but it just seemed too complicated? What if I told you that you could build one in just 5 minutes and it could answer your question using real-time live data? In this video, I'll show you exactly how to do that using a free template in n8n. Let's get started. Now right here, this is the template that we'll be going through. The notes here that you see a bit everywhere are great guides. I recommend you use them to get more information and to make sure you understand everything. I'll walk you through every piece of that template. This first node right here is what's called a chat trigger node. So this is where you actually configure the interface where you can chat with the AI. The second node, this big block right here, is the AI agent. This is what decides what tools to use and when to answer. This node here is called a language model. This is configured to be a Google AI, and you can configure it with other language models. This is actually the engine that runs the AI agent. This is what actually does the thinking and does the writing. This second node right here is the conversation memory. It just makes sure that the AI agent keeps in mind the previous messages to keep a coherent conversation. And now these nodes right here are the tools. This is what gives your AI agent superpowers to access live data or do real-world actions. For example, with other tools like Gmail or Google Calendar. Now, to run this workflow, you'll actually need to set up the language model that we talked about. To set it up, you just click on the link in the red sticky note. And once you clicked on that link, it will redirect you to AI Studio. Now, inside here, you can click on Create API Key. It will then ask you to either select a project or to create a key in a new project. You can select either or if you already have a project. It doesn't matter. Now, this will give you the secret key that we talked about. This is an API key and you need to copy it right now. Keep it somewhere because we'll need it in n8n. To add that API key, open the language model node, and in the credentials to connect with, select here, create new credential. Once in here, you can leave the host as is, you don't need to change that, and paste the API key inside here. It's a good practice to rename that credential with whatever it is. For example, my Gemini key. You can hit save right here and close that window. Now the node is configured and everything should work properly. To test it out, let's make sure you click on that open chat button right here and type in a question, whatever question you want. For example, let's get the latest tech news. Amazing. And now the workflow is running. As you can see, it selects the right tool and now writes an answer, and there we have it. Now, your workflow works, but we can go further than that. For example, this is one thing that you could do if you open the AI agent node. Look at the system message right here. This is something that you can easily change to personalize the AI model. You can personalize it to be exactly the way you want it to be. You could, for example, change the role, change the instructions, etc. This will change the way it acts and the way it answers. Now, something else that you can change is the language model. You could actually put OpenAI, which are the providers of ChatGPT. And something else, which is very interesting and that you can change, is to actually change the tools here. These are tools that are set up by default in this template, but you could add your own tools. For example, you could add a calendar tool or a Gmail tool that would allow your agent to actually interact with your calendar, for instance. Meaning you could ask it, what are the upcoming events of my calendar today? And it would actually tell you. This is extremely powerful and there are a huge amount of tools and I recommend you go through them to see what you can actually build. Now this is it. I hope this was very helpful, and if this video helped you, I highly recommend you check out other templates. This is an incredible source of inspiration, and sometimes it's drag and drop, as easy as that, and you have a template that works out of the box. Now I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and happy automating.